Guys, welcome to Key Team Talks. Today is Monday, May 11th, I want to say. We're almost hopefully done quarantining. Today on Key Team Talks, thanks for having me, Dave. And we got a special guest, Cesar Garcia from Ness Abstract Title Company. Title is an intricate part of the real estate transaction. Not too many buyers, sellers, or agents even know about title. First, want to start off by wishing Caesar a happy belated birthday. So
Yeah.
happy birthday, big
Thank,
guy.
thank you very much.
Caesar,
And
you
thank you for
want to
having
tell
me
us
on.
about you and Ness Abstract real quick here?
Sure. My name is Cesar. I've been in the real estate business now 16 years. I done real estate sales and transitioned over to titles. I've been doing titles now close to 10 years. So it's been a huge learning curve. And Nest Abstract has been out, for now going on its fourth year as his own entity and plugging away and having some rapid growth. So it's been good. There's always obstacles, but where there's a struggle, there's always motivation and progress. So it's always a good thing. So we're always here to help and educate. That's been my biggest thing about it is always coming from a contribution of helping others learn. That way they can close and become a better version of themselves in this business.
Awesome. And tell us real quick so people don't know, when do attorneys actually order a title report? Because I know as an agent doing this for almost 15 years in the key team, a lot of agents only hear about title issues when we're just about to close. When does the attorney actually order the title report and receive the title report?
The attorney loves to order the report when he gets a commitment from the bank. I try to argue with the attorneys to try to order it as soon as possible, as soon as both seller and owner sign. That way we get a head start and not, facing the clock.
So
Most of the people,
as soon as the seller and the buyer sign is usually what attorneys should strive for when ordering the contract. This way, they have usually at that point 45 days. The buyer has to obtain a commitment letter. And if there are any title issues that need to be addressed, we have those 45 days to deal with, and address any issues at hand. Is that correct?
correct, correct. That is the
Awesome.
ultimate, way to get a solution to anything in the title business.
And how are you guys handling? I'm sure, villages, towns, city municipalities must be working at half staffs or even completely closed during this pandemic that we're in. What are you hearing, seeing from New York City to, let's say, Nassau County? So five boroughs in Nassau County. Are things open? Are things closed? Are things half
And
staffed?
yeah, a lot of the things in the five boroughs are have staffed. Nassau counties have staffed. The issue that we're facing and some of the things that I've been preaching about is for agents to ask or even buyers to ask, is it an estate sale? Is it going to a divorce? Because that part of the municipality surrogates court is pretty much in a complete shutdown. So that can really stall any deals you might have.
So if they got to go to surrogate courts, for example, now you're bringing in another municipality that we're waiting
As no
on.
one, correct. Yep. So sometimes you're gonna have to wait. Like right now, since it's a complete shutdown, they're saying they might open on May 15. Well, they might not open May 15. So until then, you're pretty much in limbo. Something that we have done to try to see if we can make things a little better is order everything in the title report and then try to update, as things open up. But there's no always, there's no guarantees that it'll, be fast or how long it will take because we're at the mercy of the government.
Absolutely. And on the survey side, are you guys still doing ordering surveys if the property doesn't have it? Or is that something
Yeah,
that can be done in this
yeah, we're still
lockdown
ordering
situation?
surveys. Some of the surveyors have been in business such a long time that they have enough tools to complete their jobs. But sometimes there is that one property that they need to go back to the municipality and they might get stuck there. So we never know. But for now, we've been
So
pretty much
you're
okay.
moving the ball forward. you're moving the ball forward as much as humanly possible.
Oh yes, that's been
You're
the name of the game right now. I went from just taking orders to being a cheerleader and making sure that the follow up is there. You know, you have to call people constantly and see where they're at, because the minute you forget, they're moving on to something else.
And I guess with that follow up, it's just like us agents. We're always following up, seeing where the deals are at, following up to see what people's motivation is to buy or sell. But people don't really understand on the title side how much of that follow up is involved on that title side and all the moving parts from the municipalities, the surveyor, your back office, the attorneys. So there's always follow up involved in that as well, which people have to, have the ability to get some insight right now on the inner workings of a title transaction and title. Are you guys
Correct.
um, are you guys seeing a lot of more refinances or purchases currently? Where does
Um,
the rate stand?
we're seeing a lot more refinancing.
Okay.
You know, purchases have definitely dropped a lot. We've been seeing some incentives in purchasing for people, just like even before the COVID-19 happened. Um, Health has always been an issue. Some people need to close faster, and we need to take those into priorities, and that's why some deals get moved up the piles, or and some don't. So it's always about what is priority and what needs to be closed like yesterday.
Absolutely, and from an, maybe you can educate us on an agent side. What can we as agents tell our buyers or our sellers, to look for, when it comes to the title part of a transaction.
A lot of it you need to ask, is there any new construction, any open permits, things that your broker should know. The more the broker knows, the easier it gets translated to the attorney, and that attorney will pass it down to us so we can get it, try to resolve or find a solution for it. So the more questions you ask about a property, and some brokers have been in the business so long that they can tell whether a property is original, not original, a garage used to be there, not be there. So these are
So we
things
have to
that,
pay attention to violations.
correct,
You guys share
correct.
bad C of Os?
As a title company, we provide it because it's something the attorney cares for, but it's not something that we will stop a deal for.
Awesome, good to know. And from, if say I was a seller, I'm just role playing for a minute. Say I was a seller that's preparing my house for sale, and
Mhm.
I haven't hired a broker yet. Is there something I can do, such as whether it's order title, check my state, make sure, what do I need to have in order to make sure that I'm able to convey clear title once I have a buyer in place?
Definitely look for your old title policy and see if you have that in hand, because that would have a lot of information in there, what they omitted or what you've been, insured for. The other thing you can do is order a FOIL test for your county. It could take 30 days for you to get it, but that is enough time for you to receive it by the time you put your house up in the market, or get an offer. So things like that would help ensure maybe a smoother transaction because you got more information in your property.
So in a perfect world, from the time you receive the title order, what's your turnaround time to give it back to the attorney's hand, and then they take over from there?
In a perfect world, it should be
Yeah,
anywhere
not the
between 3 to
COVID
5 days.
era that we're in the non-COVID era.
Yeah, 3 to 5 days, 5 to 7, or maybe 10 days out in the Nassau County, a little bit longer out in Suffolk. But usually in the boroughs, since they're more computerized, 3 to 5 days.
Awesome. That's a quick turnaround time, and I know as us agents, we love to see things move a lot quicker. And
Oh
I
yeah.
know, technology has played a big part in our business. With the key team and KW and our command. Is technology also in the title side? I know when you're just chatting a little bit before, maybe you can dive into. I heard something about an app coming out soon.
Yeah, so what we have done is try to, streamline a lot of the stuff and help the agents out. A lot of agents are out there, so doing, consultations, distant presentations. So we're here to help the agents out. And sometimes there's a question that is, oh, how is my, walkaway dollar or my net to the owner? So we created this app where you can have it on your phone, plug in the numbers, and this should give them a more detailed description of what they might be looking at. It's an estimate, but pretty much, almost down to the T as to what they might be facing. Same thing for buyers' closing costs. So you'll have this app that can give you one or the other. If you're a homeowner and want to download the app as well, because you have a favorite agent out there, you can also do a refinance, and it'll tell you what to look for in those costs as well.
That's amazing. So you're saying that you guys have an app that us agents, when we're going on a listing presentation, we can hone in so much better with that homeowner and give them that net. That's amazing. And at the same time, be able, if you're refinancing, have an app and if you have a favorite agent, because I know with KW and our new mobile app, allows the consumer to choose which agent, they're working with. So this allows the consumer to also pick which agent they're working with on the title side.
Correct. Yes.
That's amazing. That to me is huge value, to us agents, and goes hand in hand with what we're doing, in terms of being, on the forefront of technology with mobile apps for home searches. Now you have mobile apps for the title side as well, and that's huge because a lot of people don't know there is definitely title closing costs when buying and when selling that
Yes.
buyer and seller both need to be aware of. And I know when we were talking before, you also have CE courses, that
Yeah,
you
we
guys
have
offer. Want to
yeah,
touch
we
on that?
have we have CE classes going on for the agents. It's 3.75 hours that we're given as another value add to the agents that work with us. So hopefully, it's free education. You need close to 6 of those classes to meet your 22 and a half hour requirement. It's online. We got webinars too. If somebody's interested in that, they can email me directly at Cesar Ness Abstract, and I'll send over the calendar for you so you can sign up.
That's awesome. So during this lockdown period, you've been working on an app, offering out CE, playing middleman between, the business that is still transacting right now in closings and refinances. So you've definitely been busy. And again, guys, for all our viewers out there, on the Keep Facebook page, make sure you like us, make sure you sign up, go on our YouTube and subscribe to the Key Team channel. But for all everybody out there, this is huge. From Ness Abstract telling us to stay tuned for the new mobile app from Ness Abstract to know about your title closing costs, as well as for us agents, take 3.75 hours and try and knock out your seat ahead of time, and maybe we can all enjoy the summer. And to reach Cesar, he says Cesar at nessabstract.com. So again, Cesar at nessabstract for all your title needs and questions. Cesar, happy belated again.
No,
Appreciate
thank
you
you very
having on
much,
here.
and thank you
Dave
for having me.
Garcia, appreciate you having us and hosting us on Key Team Talks here. And I
Absolutely.
hope everybody has a very productive week ahead.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much,
guys.
All
guys.
right. See you
Have a
soon.
good one. Bye
You
bye.
too.